Hello, folks. Welcome back. Chris in Central Pennsylvania. June 30th is rapidly approaching, just a little over a week away. And that could be a big date in South African history, or it might just be a big nothing burger. Who knows? News coming out of South Africa's acting police minister, Feroz Shachela, who said that the government is spending 600 million rand to prepare for what is coming on June 30th. Now, that's a stark contrast to what happened in 2021 when the government sat back idly by and let the country fall apart for several days for what was an internal insurrection within the African National Congress between the Radical Economic Transformation faction and the Ramaphosa crowd, the institutional folks. They allowed the country to fall apart. At least 3,000, nearly 3,500 people officially murdered during that spree, looting and shooting spree and chaos. And also casualties after the fact, a young Indian man dying in prison from not getting proper medical care for a crime he never committed, just locked up when they round up the usual suspects after the Phoenix episode. Horrible things happen in South Africa, very, very bad things, and the world just kind of ho-hummed about it. Well, June 30th is coming, and South African domestic terrorist actors are threatening foreign nationals. Thousands have fled the country. Others are fleeing. Now, make no mistake, those who've entered the country and live there illegally are criminal alien invaders. They have no business being in South Africa. If the South African government hasn't granted you a right to live and work there, then you have no right to live and work there. You are a visitor, and you should abide by your visa and leave when your visa expires. It's as simple as that. Unwanted guests are unwanted guests, and those who impose on a system should be sent out of the country. But they should be deported, not terrorized, not tortured, not burned, not murdered, their homes destroyed. This is unacceptable, xenophobic, Afrophobic, racist conduct by South Africans attacking other Africans. And yes, black Africans can be racist against other black Africans. Exactly. It can happen. So don't disregard that. So what's going to happen on June 30th? I don't know. Do you know? No one knows. But we know that these groups are intentionally trying to rile up anger in South Africa at foreign nationals, blaming them for 3+ decades of ANC failure. The failed macroeconomic policies, the policy of black economic enrichment. Yeah, that's right, enrichment of cadres, your friends and allies who are part of a patronage network. They're the ones who got wealthy, not poor black South Africans. Poor black South Africans are arguably worse off today than they were under apartheid. Shockingly to actually say that. Shocking to see that that's actually a true statement. Many black South Africans now living in poverty who weren't even anywhere near poverty during the apartheid era. And others being pushed into poverty as well. Coloreds, Indians, and even whites being pushed into poverty by failed policies of the government, which are meant to enrich the friends and family of the ANC and its powerful people and not take care of the population. They're blaming foreigners for this. Foreigners are not the consequence or the result of the. Foreigners are not responsible, I should say. Foreigners are not responsible for South Africa's economic malaise. The African National Congress is responsible. And its hell-bent position on aligning itself with countries that want its commodities rather than its finished products, like China. China doesn't want your finished products. It wants your commodities. And it will send its finished products to you, thereby ensuring the benefication and the wider economic value of every product finds its way to China, not to South Africa. The Chinese don't care about South Africans. And you might say, well, the West doesn't care about South Africa either. What has the U.S. done for South Africa? Well, maybe we don't care about South Africa, but hundreds of thousands, dare I say millions of South Africans are alive today because of our generosity through the PEPFAR program. $8.1 million spent in South Africa, keeping South Africans alive, preventing the spread of HIV, and treating those who have HIV. We are the country that developed the antiretrovirals, not South Africa, not China. The ones that are copied by Indians and others to steal our patents. We are the ones who make the life-saving drugs that keep South Africans alive. We are the ones who promoted South Africa despite its egregious behavior against our national interests for the past 26 years. So what's going to happen on June 30th? It's a good question. I suspect that in the build-up to June 30th, the government will try to make a show of going after some of the instigators. They've already made several arrests. They claim 146 people have been arrested for fomenting anti-foreigner hatred. Well, we still have yet to see Dududzila Zuma Sambudla prosecuted for her actions during the 2021 riots, the daughter of Jacob Zuma. Who will actually be prosecuted? What will they do to actually stop this? Will water cannons be pre-placed in key places like Durban, Pietermaritzburg, Soweto, Khayelitsha? Will they be prepared? Will there be water cannons for these demonstrators? Do the police have rubber bullets? Do they have zip ties? Do they have paddy wagons? Do they have internment places ready to take on all the people who are being arrested for fomenting chaos and attacking others? Don't hold your breath. Will June 30th simply be a bunch of marches around the country? Could very well be. Will it result in violence? Could very well be. South Africans who failed to prepare for June 30th and protect themselves are the same South Africans who failed to protect themselves since June of 2021, in the aftermath of those riots in July of 2021. June 29th, 2021 is when the verdict was handed down, the sentencing for Jacob Zuma to serve in the escort prison. And he didn't show up on the 4th of July when he was supposed to be there. On the 8th, it all started at the Mooi River Travel Plaza when they torched 100 trucks, all owned by black economic empowerment companies, mind you, not white people. And it all spiraled downhill from there. And for days, Ramaphosa ran around telling people to wear their mask, ignoring what was happening in KwaZulu-Natal and in Soweto. Will the government ignore it this time? I don't think they will. They don't have much option. The very credibility of the South African government is at risk here by Operation Dudela, and they march and march. They're at risk, their credibility. Will they stand up? We shall see. I don't think they have capability to handle this around the country. And unfortunately, some people will be harmed. And if you're not prepared, you could be one of them, South Africa. You be prepared for what's coming. And if it's a nothing burger, fantastic. But stay vigilant, because South Africa has become quite the dangerous place to be, regardless of your status. South African citizen, foreign national, legal, illegal. It's become a very dangerous place to be. And make no mistake, several of these racists have said that once they deal with the foreigners, they're coming for white South Africans because they consider you foreigners too. Shame on them.